Good evening, good evening. How are we doing? Right, it's just very quiet, apparently. How are we all doing? Happy Friday, everybody. We have made it. End of the week, and so on and so forth. Another one down. Let's not think about that also implies another step closer to the grave, but anyway. Right, give me one moment. I want to quickly send a message and we'll rock and roll. Slightly later to start than planned, but later than hoped for anyway. As, well, particularly knows. Yeah, it just took a bit longer to do my video and I had a bit of a lay-in and stuff this morning, so, you know, needs must and all that. It's actually vaguely more interesting. Hang on a second. Hang on. Right, I need to make a note on that, just in an article I need to go back to. Right, that's that done. And now I'll do what I was going to do, just send a swift text. Right, done. Right, now we can actually get on with life and stuff, because yeah, I am an organised and well put together individual or something. Yeah, that'll be the day, won't it? Right, not that one, that one. Rock and roll. How's everyone doing anyway? We had a good Friday, moving towards the weekend and all. I've got a lot of stuff to do this weekend, really. I really need to have a build-up on Monday, which means I've got a lot of work to do over the weekend, and yeah. I guess I'll do a chunk of that tomorrow, or as much of it as I can tomorrow anyway. Kinda would like the weekend to myself, but it's what it is. I've got to have a video up by Monday. It's got to be up on Monday, so that means I've got to work over the weekend. Oh well. It's fine. And then Tuesday will be patch day, so we'll have that going on. And we're going to start next week with more Atomfall as well. I need to find time to play some Atomfall over the weekend. A lot of Atomfall over the weekend. I've got so much shit to do. It's a hard knock life. I know it's playing video games, but even so. I keep seeing my slippers out the corner of my eye. I think it's the cat. It's not, though. No, definitely not a subject to be dwelling upon, I don't think, can be. Right, so, need to do... I'd like to find another shotgun to upgrade, but that's fine for now. Otherwise, we're doing okay. I could do with getting rid of... Well, that needs storing, really. Could do with getting rid of this. Storing some other bits, but I don't have a lot of storage space, do I? I'm pretty sure this guy won't have anything of interest, even though the relogging might make a difference, but we'll give it a go and find out. You got a BT? No, you got the same Shuito soldier before.
See you around, chum.
I was hoping for a re-roll on that, but not to be. I need a bit of healing as well, which I might be able to get in Wyndham while we're over there. Because we need to turn a few bits in. And... well, we need to put a few bits in for storage, which I could actually do on this side. And I need a bit of healing, which I don't know if that's going to work out very well. Maybe, maybe not. Actually, I've got a better idea there. And then, so that's just resolved because we've done it. That one, probably not a fan of what she's up to. I don't trust that. Atomic batteries and full shipment. Yeah, that we need to do in a minute. These two are going to be together. This is our first goal. And then the interchange Skethermore entrance is a later goal. And we'll see where we go from there. Gary was imprisoned and has... I've got an idea, actually. And might also have more answers on... the signal redirector, which is what we're really after at the moment. We kind of can't progress much further until I get one. Finish a bit earlier tonight. This is what it is. It's not going to make enough difference, to be honest, Emily. It's all good.
The site of the recent patrol robot malfunction is off limits to all citizens. Remember, radiation is the invisible killer.
Robot malfunction, eh? Well, that's interesting, isn't it? It's been announced in the village, so it's probably here somewhere. We'll go looking into that. There were, and have been in the last couple of days, a whole bunch of videos on Rebellion's YouTube channel about the DLC coming out, as you can probably imagine. Yeah, I thought I'd already used that one. Yeah, so if that's something you want to look into, they have hints about what's coming up gameplay-wise and trailers and stuff like that. Basically a load of promotional stuff, really, isn't it? So there's no T there. T doesn't respawn, which is a bit unfortunate. Pretty sure this one's going to also be used. I think there is more around, but I don't know where. It'll take a while to find it, I suspect. Not that it's that big a deal. There's some tea. Let's give that a go. Yeah, there's steam coming from it.
I just want to buy something for once.
There we go. That's my health back. Now, I don't know if talking to this guy is going to be productive or not, but we'll give it a go.
Report anything suspicious you find, and we can see about perhaps coming to terms, you and I. Good day to you. Stay out of trouble.
Quick save, just in case I don't like how this goes.
Report anything suspicious you find, and we can...
Have something to report.
Yes, what is it?
Murder at the church. Okay, that's not helpful.
Good day to you.
So I was kind of hoping he might have something... I might be able to talk about something else that had happened. But I cannot, so... Digitally 3 trackable leads in this region.
If you or any of your friends or family show signs of corruption, report it immediately. Caught early, the contagion can be painlessly excised. Be vigilant. Be safe.
I could try that, see if asking that will get me in there, but I get a feeling it'll be more likely to cause trouble than actually help me. So, I don't suppose we've got anybody running the shop now. No. There's the baker I can talk to, but won't be able to trade for much with her. So I think we'll just pop into the interchange a moment, and then we'll head back to Skethermore and have to get our sneak on, because I am probably not going to make friends, or good enough friends with Protocol to get permission to walk into their base. How's it going, feline? In we go. Good job I sent that text, apparently. There's the pile of stuff I've dumped on the floor. What are we looking at? I'm doing some thinking here. Still put a whole load more in there than I really want, but... we need those, but... I'll take them out and chuck on the floor if I do need them. I want that. That as well. I'll have a couple of grenades. That'll do for now, I think. Yeah, the whole load of stuff that I don't really want or need, and I'm not really in a position to sell, in a heap on the floor down here. Because I can't store them. Basically thinking they might disappear from there, but they might not. And it being a single player game and all. I mean, sometimes you get certain containers that are safe and some that might get reset under circumstances, like a common occurrence in Bethesda games, that. But dumping stuff on the floor may or may not be okay. Stuff seems to stay. We found like random cricket bats in Casterfell Woods that are from people I knocked out, I took out ages ago. So, the fact they're still lying around, it kind of implies if I just dump it there, I should be fine. So, before we head on into Scathermore, I want to see if I can find any evidence of this malfunctioning robot. Maces like what, Emily? Because I've found a couple of maces in the game, but too big, heavy and slow for my style. Given the way combat works in this game, anyway.
Citizens of Wyndham, any attempt to interfere with the proper functioning of protocol patrol robots will be viewed as an act of sedition. Always beware the saboteur.
I don't see any evidence of our robot down this way, but... The one I dropped, I mean, they're all the same as far as I'm aware. Maces are maces are mace in this game. But my objection to it is that they're a big, heavy, two-handed weapon, and that's not really what maces were, historically speaking. Because they're ridiculous, too heavy, unwieldy, just completely impractical. Which is the reason I don't want to use them, really. Let's try a sign that way. Realistically, they should be light and one-handed. Well, not light, but, you know.
They're all stupid.
Much lighter and one-handed. But I haven't seen any in the game. There is no house in this game for you, no. Theoretically, it's all taking place in a very short window of time, I think. But it's just not a feature, anyway. In the interchange and other government bunkers, there is a pneumatic tube system, you know, the message sending type, that forms storage, safe storage for you, but it only has 100 slots, only. But nonetheless, I have filled that up completely, and stripped it out and dumped a load of stuff, and I'm on the brink of filling it up again. So, yeah. That's about the best you're going to get for homes and storage.
We started off right by shooting some troublemakers. Shame we can't...
I'm curious how that's going to pan out on in the DLC, though. You can go backwards and forwards from the island, and that you'll be taking a boat from Wyndham Village to get there. Yeah, I'm definitely left with questions. Find out next week, won't we? There's a couple of air raid shelters knocking around, which makes sense. Not terribly long after, well, 57, theoretically. It's stuck in permanent 1957, even though it's technically 1962, I think, in this game. But you're in kind of a bubble of 57. So that's when the walls went on. Well, if there is a robot that's been malfunctioning, I don't know where it is. Can't see any signs.
Citizens of Wyndham, acts of insubordination.
Off we go. I mean, to a certain extent, yeah, you do get bigger ones, but they never really got much bigger than about, you know, foot and a half. They're always designed as a single-handed weapon. The idea of massive two-handed bludgeoning weapons, they just didn't really exist. I mean, there were one or two here and there, but they weren't a particularly common thing. They're just too much of a pain in the arse to carry around, and they swing slowly and throw you out of balance when you swing them. Two-handed swords are a bit different, but they're a lot lighter than people think. Most media makes a two-handed sword look huge and heavy and unwieldy, but they're not. They're really quite light and manoeuvrable. But you can't do that with a big heavy lump of steel on a stick. It just is what it is. If you take the weight away, it stops being functional. Or it stops, you know, having any point in being the size it is. Yeah, anyway. My objection, historical accuracy notwithstanding, is that it's just not practical. It's way too slow. I don't really like the cricket bats and stuff in this game for that either, because they're too slow. That's just me. You get basically the same amount of damage out of a knife as you do out of a cricket bat. And you can use it twice in the time you get one swing out of a cricket bat, so... Seems like a bit of a no-brainer to me. Still want to know where that cave entrance that the spy Koslov talked about is. Yeah, nowhere near as often. Certainly wasn't common. Massive folks might have been a thing, but there weren't many around. Any more than there really are now, to be honest. Not built like that, anyway. So, let's go around a little bit. Let's if I can get up here, I'll get a better view, won't I? Oi! Sound like I'm talking to the cat there. So there's a minefield entrance there. We do need to get through here somehow. Pretty much the whole thing is aligned with alarms as well, which is the other problem. Can't climb up here and find a way in from up there, because that's basically just unscalable. More from being a lot more people. Yeah, this is true, but still there's a proportion of the population. Right. Well, she's where I want to go, but anyway. Can't get there without getting shot at, I don't think. Make a try walking through the gate and see what happens. But I think around here is about where the cutoff point is. That's about here. So I could try getting in along the river and coming in that way as well. Let's just see what happens if I approach the gate first up.
Don't be a fool. Stand down.
Well, that was about what we were expecting, so... You're pushing your luck there, getting cheeky with me, buddy. To be like that, that's how you get shot, mate. From a distance on a hilltop with a sniper rifle, because I'm not going to have the whole fucking army coming down on me. Not even that close there, and it's enough to trigger the alarms. Right, so here is a river, allegedly. Can't climb up onto that though, which is very annoying. That worked, sort of. We'll go down that river. I'm right in plain sight, so that's not going to work. Again, there's klaxons and stuff next to every freaking entrance I can see, except for maybe where we were looking up at the back previously. Just leave the skeleton and the corpse to rot right outside your front gate. Yeah. There's one thing that doesn't make a lot of sense, that. It's like, okay, it's skeleton. Fine, right. So that means it's been sat there a fairly long time and done an awfully large amount of stinking up the place. Surprised there isn't a cache there. It's the sort of thing they'd normally do. That's probably why they haven't done it, because it's so obvious. Right, so I'm thinking... Stay away from that first up. So can just walk straight up there. Probably. There are a number of potential issues. Oops. That blew my eyebrows off, didn't it? It said minefield, and yet the mines were in front of the minefield sign. That's not fair. That ain't fair game at all. Stay away from that very explosive looking sheep. Not getting up there either, am I? No, I'm not getting up there anyway, so that wasn't worth it. I mean, that slope would be hard to get up, but I think it'd be doable. I see the mine. Well, that sort of worked. So now I need to keep going up here, past the junction, past the tributary, I suppose. Doesn't look very realistic, but anyway. And towards the village should be on the left, just past it. He's hoping I don't get caught. Also, there's a way up here, which is interesting. Potentially worth looking into. Really where I want to go right now. Stay away from that dead and explodey sheep as well. Right, so straight up and over this hill, supposedly. Yeah, I fear I hear robot. Not for much for some tension right now. Do I know this one? No, I didn't know that one. Oh shit. We got some dudes over there. The type who are liable to be angry. Yeah, so I walked straight towards a minefield sign, and mate. How's it going, Noel? Ruined Hamlet, there we go. And the mine turned out to be a lot closer than anticipated. So allegedly what I need... There's some guards back that way. Actually going to be this way. I've got my ears absolutely pinned back at this point.
One more civvy gives me cheek and I'll top the bastard. Orders be blowed.
And that's why I've got my ears pinned back. It's supposed to be behind this hedge, though, that I'm looking for. Ooh, shit, there's some dudes. So what I want, really... Secret shipment. Windfall. Arrow. Windfall shipment. Confiscated most crate along the road. One that means returns a great discovery. Didn't try searching first, then it's locked, and I still have the key. I think I might have got that off the body. Field station. Okay. Go. Windfall keycard, there you go. Allegedly. This way. I heard a voice over here, though. So there's a bunker there. Okay. There's a dude. There's a dude.
He gives me cheek and I'll top the bastard. Orders be blowed.
There's that guy there. I need to get past them, or at least lure them out.
Oi, you're done for.
Ah, shit.
Saw some rapid droppings earlier, so we haven't eaten them all. We should let them get their numbers back up. Wouldn't take long.
That guy there. And his bloody mate, who I think is that guy there. I need to do really is take out these guys without getting caught.
Saw some rapid droppings earlier, so we haven't eaten them all.
There's a robot up there I've got to be careful of as well.
Wouldn't take long.
That's interesting. Broadside Auto 5. Don't know that one. Oh shit. The bot sees me, I'm in trouble. I only assume this is the other guy who caught me. He's got a foul, I think. No, he's got a heavy machine gun. Oh, Jesus. No, he's got a foul, apparently. Somebody came around here and caught me, which must have been that guy. I do wish I could move the bodies. There's a new power, actually, in a new DLC. I didn't see what this bunker was called, actually. Protocol Field Station, that works. Yeah, there's a new power in the DLC that allows you to disintegrate bodies under the right condition. Which is a bit conditional, so there's that. But also, I'm just like, it's a bit too superpowers for me, okay, for this kind of game. I'm not a fan of it. Explained or not, I'm not into that. So I don't think I'll be using it. Being able to pick them up, move them, and hide them, that'd be right down for that. But not so much making them disintegrate. How are you doing, Ancient? You alright? My, I don't think you could have gotten any more things wrong in that statement, Ancient. Why do people need a Fallout 3 remake? Well, there are plenty of good reasons for it. Not the best game, it totally is. Only fun thing about it is blowing up where? A place that doesn't even exist. You mean Megaton? No, 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 no. Great game and a lot of fun. But that's definitely aged somewhat. So there should be... What I'm looking for, this crate should be here somewhere. This is a very cool looking bunker already though. Evening Grey, how's it going? Look at that, that is so cool. This is probably already better than that. I've got a stockpile and I need some more of these though. That's going in there for now. Right. This kind of tells me that I might want to go that way instead of this way, but I also want to have a look around. It's very quiet. Yeah, I never felt the slightest impulse to blow up Negaton either. There's lots of cool characters there. I get the feeling this place is set up with a view to testing the signal redirector. There's Windfall's crate with a signal redirector and a train simulant. Junction box is nearby. Needle shows distance direction. Scan for jukebox. Redirect power. Okay. Back junctions redirect power. You get an alert when nearby. Okay. Anyone remember who brought this crate in? Found it in the back of evidence storage, covered in dust. Looks like it hasn't been touched in years. Think it's from the Windfall shipment. There were rumours that Boffins tried to sneak a shipment out they called Windfall, right when things turned bad, but never made it past the road blockade. Many of us thought it was a fairy tale. Maybe this crate proves it's real. That's what's for certain, though, is I can't find a way to open it. Must be a key somewhere. Through, though, finding that'll be a needle in a skeleton, so it's a haystack of a situation. Yeah, I've already got it. Oh yeah, happy birthday, no? Good shout. No Fisto. It's not New Vegas, you know. That's also better. Also, without Fallout 3, you couldn't have New Vegas if you're weird enough to be more of a New Vegas fan. Thought that wasn't my footsteps. So there's the armory access. That'd be worth a look. Shite.
There's someone here.
Oh, come off it, you're fine, pal.
This has not gone well. Right, I think we might have to try something. Yeah, 10-penny tower suite and everything just doesn't appeal to me either. I've already done that, okay. Yeah, it was one hell of a creepy turn of events, that particular quest line, for sure. Just testing it, of course he was. He's going to wear the bloody thing out.
One more civvy gives me cheek and I'll top the bastard. Orders be blowed.
Oi! You're trespassing!
Fuck.
Let's see how you like this.
See how you like this?
Someone kill the bastard.
I'm going to reload anyway.
Be more careful, Christ!
Yeah, I've got loads of health, look.
Dead body. There you are. There you are.
Gotcha.
Where have you come? There you.
Yep, didn't quite get my shot off in time. It was close, but not quite. Yeah, community leaderboard, they're supposed to reset each time and be a day-to-day incentive. Here he comes.
This blasted place.
Still no power going there, apparently.
They better start showing me a bit of respect, or there'll be trouble.
Guy over there. Left that way. Oi, 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 oi. Now I got you. I was like, why can't I take him down? Want any of his stuff? But Just want us to surprise me.
It's over.
This has not gone so hot.
Stay where you are.
Sure, I buried a few bullets in that dude's skull. I think turning the radio off attracted that guy's attention.
Stranger, spotted.
Fuck.
Find your head in future. You can't hide from me.
Definitely wasn't the plan, but hey.
I knew it!
I know they are.
Over there!
Gotta be round here somewhere.
Well, this wasn't really the plan, but I don't think we're going to stick with the plan either here, but
I see.
I'll find you. There's no hiding from me.
who's hiding? I'm trying to murder you.
Wait. No.
No, they're dead.
There.
What's this? Where'd you go?
Take him out, boy.
What the?
Hell? You'll die.
There's a plan, sort of. It didn't involve heaping the bodies up here in this way. Well, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7.
They'll die.
Bit annoyed that took 2 shots. I mean, on the one hand, this wasn't planned. On the other hand, it's effective, isn't it? Room, huh?
Blood! Someone sneaking around.
Yeah. James Wick or John Bond or something. They're all did. I mean... what's a guy to do, really? I mean, part of me feels bad and like I should go back and reload. On the other hand, my plan was to sneak through and take them out one by one. Instead, they just did a stupid thing like running in through a narrow entrance to where that I could cover with a pistol, and I just got themselves domed one by one. Like, really, who fucks up here? That's all I have to say. Because I'm not that convinced that it was actually me, even though it didn't go according to plan. I feel a bit bad for it, because I feel like that wasn't what you were meant to do. A bit like I gamed the system a little bit. Oh, it's a stock one. Nice. But at the same time... Gen 3 bullpup pristine plan, apparently. Quite done by... Hey, I don't know. It's not boasting, the evidence is lying on the floor of this room right here. It's just a statement of fact at this point. Series of long-hand notes surrounded by indecipherable shorthand, mothballed sites, protocol prison. Something odd happening in woods, confirmed with captain. Night shift, possible deal. Unenthusiastic about duty, need to reach woods. Pristine file. So now we compare the two. So excellent damage, low fire, high accuracy. High damage, high fire, high accuracy. So slightly lower damage than a Lee, but substantially higher rate of fire if I need one. Worth it. One thing I will do. There's the foul sites. There's the Lee's sites. It's not a great deal in it, really, is there? The Lee takes up a little bit less of the screen, actually. Maybe it doesn't. A slight dip in damage is... I think acceptable. So the accuracy on this is slightly lower, supposedly, than... but that's the million-dollar question. Is the dip in accuracy worth it? And is it going to be noticeable? That's the thing. Because, I mean, I'm going to try it. No. There's a modified JM3. High damage, high rate of fire, high accuracy. It's the same, but has the modified JM has same, except that it's automatic instead of presumably single fire. So tempting, but no. Automatic, high damage, very high rate of fire, high accuracy. So what's the difference between these two, I wonder? That one's going to get dropped for starters. So, this is the one that's been modified by hand. This is the one that has not. There's no appreciable difference that I can see between them. Except that this one can be upgraded and that one can't, I think. That's probably the only thing. That's not what I want, actually. Okay. Cool. Oof. That's not a great look for a shotgun. It's got a 5-round mag though, so that's already more appealing. Allegedly less... I mean, yeah, I think we try it, don't we? Cheers, Emily. I'd say that takes my ego down a peg or two, but it really doesn't, so... All the same but different. Yeah, the nature of the difference, though. What is the nature of the difference? It's sending it over the top for some reason, that. But now get in there. What could I... What was it connecting to before? Fuck knows. Ooh, training stimulant times 3? Kind of glad everybody's dead, or I'd have missed that. Yeah, it definitely needs cleaning, but it's the first time I've seen one of those, so I haven't got anything to improve it with. Yet, he says. Yes, cricket bat, knife. Antidote recipe, already know it, I'm not going to bother. Bandage pistol ammo I'll take, because I just used a bunch of that to decorate those lads' brains with. Stun stick. Another foul. Another broadside, nice. So I can now upgrade that pistol ammo. 1911, a stock one. I've already got better in storage. Resolved. Nice. Signal director. Done. Cool. So, let's see how our shiny new shotgun looks now. Well, it's not shiny, but it's not quite as rusty as it was neither. You got it. I mean, you use the facilities that are available, but on the other hand, ew. It's like a prison fucking toilet. Only possibly worse. I don't exactly have a great deal of frame of reference for that, I'm very happy to say, but I'm going to go ahead and guess. Oh no, you've been shot. It's alright, I'll eat a tomato, I'll be fine. And a loaf of bread. Tomato sandwich and I'll be fine. This is bullshit, something popping out like your lawnmower. Well, that's definitely something, yeah. I don't know. Stock version of the revolver, huh? Only because it'd be nice to have a full set, to have a finished version of it. Still looks pretty tight. Oh yeah. Average damage, average speed, causes shock, limited charge. I'd like a bit more information. It's cool. I'm not going to use it, but it's cool. Remember nightclub toilets where you put down toilet paper on the rim before using them? Yeah, definitely an advantage to not sitting. Well, there's a spot in town that is a live music venue, but they do other sorts of things like club nights and stuff as well, that I've been to on a number of occasions in the past. And sometimes, I don't know if it's still this bad, but you'd find the water on water like that leaking out of the toilets and everywhere else in the gents would be inches deep, at least an inch of flooding on the floor, and it didn't bear thinking about what was in there. Don't need that. I'll leave that at that for a minute. On the whole, it wasn't the grossiest venue ever. It was just that particular thing about it that was terrible. I'm glad I went back to loot these bodies, because I'm about to need everything I can get off them, apparently. Also, I just got another one of those shotguns, so I can take it straight up to pristine now. There we go. I've got a pristine file, a pristine broadside auto 5, and a pristine semi-automatic high power. So let's find some decent lighting. Might be a bit better. There's my knife. Farming knife. It does quite a bit of damage. It's quite fast. There's my pistol. Not bad. There's the pristine version of the shotgun that does not look like it's rusted to within an inch of its life and has been lying in a, you know, just been freshly dug out of the earth. And here is my foul. Checking your ammo animation is chef's kiss. Inch of water to go, so I don't totally blame you, Noel, on that thought, but you know, there's a band you really want to see playing, what else are you going to do? Well, it's not going to give you tetanus from touching it. It's only if you slice yourself open on it and haven't got your jabs. That's good. Stocking up on scrap. There's more scrap to be had somewhere, I remember. I'm going to come back to this in a minute while I'm thinking about this. Worse, equally, if not worse, things found in ladies. Yeah. Speaking of somebody who worked in a pub for a lot of years, actually, well aware of that. Invariably, the ladies were a worse mess than the men's if you want to know how to clean the bloody places, which in the first place it was at. Well, primarily in the first place it was at, but also in other places too on occasion. Normally, but occasionally. But yeah, they were bloody awful. They smelt worse, they were more of a mess. It certainly defied expectations in a lot of ways. Now, I know I saw a bunch of scrap somewhere. It must have been in the other room, I guess, because I can't find it now. Or was it back there? I don't know what suddenly increased my capacity for carrying rifle ammo. Or dropped it suddenly, because I don't recall using very much of it, and suddenly I need a lot. Maybe the number's gone up because I've got a foul equipped now. I don't know. Could be that changing these guns out over and over has just cost me a lot of ammo, but yeah, anyway. Right, so we're going to use the signal redirector. There's a box over there I can use it on. Wish me luck. Hang on. Where's Discord making noise? I don't know. Actually, I do know, but it shouldn't be doing. Okay, it's... I think Discord's updated and it's gotten, what's the word? Shitter. Where are you? Yeah. There we go. Hey, I got a little bit toasty there, but still, could have been worse. Don't know that it was worth it really either at that point, but anyway, crafting. I've got a new crafting thing, pristine revolver, which is a Weberly basically. I've got 10 skill points to use somewhere. I've got here firearm stability. Well, that's 2, and we're going to use that off the bat anyway. Bow focus, crafting speed, charisma, scavenger, gut health, buff duration. Blue fingers I would like to get. I think that's going to be useful. And fortitude, 5, and 2. So I could have both of those because that's increased max health. Health regeneration lower, 8. Heart rate, kill momentum, thick skin is reduced melee damage. Yeah, I think we're going to do that. Blue fingers so that I can get crafting materials to make anti-infection meds. And fortitude, because more health is always a good thing. Oh yeah, very, very true, Emily. Very, very true. Ugh, grim. You get there, feline? Yeah. Public toilets are not the way, really. Special detachment standing orders. New growth of unidentified substance should be sterilised immediately. Sustained burns will be required as growth is resilient rather. Breathing apparatus should be worn at all times in close proximity to sterilisation unit. Do not inhale fumes from substance post-ignition. Fuel is precious. Robots should be reserved specifically for direction by the special detachment in substance suppression operations. Yeah, the incident, whatever it was at Windscale, has led to some... There's a stock rifle. Has led to some weird growths. I don't really buy into the Russian spy's whole "it's extraterrestrial in origin" argument, because he hasn't cited his sources here. Not surprising, he's a spy. But still. That's the whole game map, because this is Slattendale, that is Wyndham Village, that is Casterfell Woods and the Dam, and this is Skithermore, which presumably makes that the Atom Plant, although the position is a little bit off. And the DLC map's not there yet. Interesting. What about stim recipe? Don't need that. To be honest, I only shot these two guys because they were the last two standing and everybody else had been John Wicked. So there we go. That's this field station absolutely stripped. Wallop. Couldn't seem to open that before, but I guess it's doable. Or was doable all along, rather. Health back up there. Says nice now. Yeah, no, he definitely meant extraterrestrial, I am sure. But I think he used extraterrestrial, not alien, as a turn of phrase. There we go, infiltration report. Organism. Where was it? I can't find it now. There was another page somewhere. And that one. I can't remember. I can't find it now. There's so much stuff that the UA definitely needs a little bit better organisation, I think. But there's so much stuff that I can't find it. But yeah, somebody was definitely talking about the extraterrestrial origin, or potentially extraterrestrial origin of. Oh, it's full of yeah, whatever's of whatever Oberon is. Sorry. Average damage, low range, average accuracy. Very high damage, average rate of fire, low range. Yeah, that can go. Please scroll through here, see if there's anything I don't want. No, I think that's probably everything I do want there. Right, so the other thing I want to do is see how many type batteries I've got right now while I'm thinking about it. I've only got a few. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. 6. So it's enough to power up everything I know about with some to spare right now. Oh, I don't want either of these either, do I? I've decided. Okay. This is true. Yeah, plenty of definitions for alien in general, but I think he meant extraterrestrial, but I could be wrong. I can't find the note now because, of course, I can't. So, we've got that signal repeater. I'd like to try and get to the interchange through this door, because I think this is the last entrance that I have yet to get to. But I know it is. Although, so far anyway, I don't think there's another one. Getting up to it, it's going to involve... This is all very steep. Maybe coming around this way, which would not be ideal. Yeah. So I can get out and get back to the interchange, probably by going back under this way and coming out this way. And escaping there. However, the other option, of course, would be to do that and then come back round and try and get in through this way, which would be a shorter distance. But I don't know if it's going to be any better. Before we leave, here we go. We have got some upgrades. This was definitely a productive run. We still have challenges ahead of us. Bodies are gone. The bodies are gone! So yeah, that's where I need to get. Getting up there is decidedly doable. Don't see any evidence of patrols on this side. It's when I get around that corner that I'm worried. Although I might be able to get up along this edge, so let's try that. I mean, making assumptions based on appearance, we also don't know exactly how much data they actually got and what information they got their hands on, the spies. So we just had some basic reports. Oh, shit. It's a minefield sign. No wonder they're not patrolling this. We discovered the metal detectors not doing their job, didn't we? Well, I was able to see the mine last time when I knew to look for it. That was then. They were hard to spot, but not impossible. And I've got to keep my ears open and pray I don't get spotted by any fucking soldiers or robots. Well, I made it this far. Doesn't work, Emily. We already discovered this. We tested it earlier.
B for beer. Soldiers who are unsure of their assignments should speak to their NCO immediately.
I didn't catch what that message was about. I was too busy looking for other things.
announcement. Remember, fraternization with the civilian population is discouraged. Good discipline requires respect, not friendship.
Depends on your goals, my friend. You want people to do something for you, they'll do it a lot quicker if they like you. With a lot less hassle.
This is a defense announcement. Be aware that there have been thefts from the food store. This constitutes looting and is punishable by death. If you see food theft in progress, you are empowered to shoot without further orders.
There's a minefield sign down there, which I think this is probably the front edge of the minefield there. And this is maybe okay. Oh, this is terrifying. Is this game good? Hell yes it is. It is very good. I'm thoroughly enamoured.
This is a defense announcement. You are reminded that while we are here to defend the citizenry and friendliness towards them is encouraged, intimate fraternization is not, and is punishable by 2 weeks in the glass house.
Some bugger trying to keep up on me.
Are they gone? Must have spooked them.
Yeah.
Attention all. Fox Patrol has returned from Atomfall with 3 heads. Well done, Fox Patrol.
You sure already know how to craft that. Not on that bothers. So the good news is, I got all the way down there. The bad news is, it got me fucking nowhere. Shit. I can't get up here. Means I need to get around this building and this way. Or maybe go all the way around that way, but I don't know if that's going to be any better a prospect without getting spotted.
Fraternization with the civilian population is discouraged. Good discipline requires respect.
To be honest, I don't see how I get through there without being spotted. Used to own, as I understand it, actually, Feline. I gather he divested his ownership some time ago. Not that it makes much difference. I don't suppose he had a lot to do with the
This is a defense announcement.
functional part of the company.
Router B for beer is in operation. Repeat, B for beer. Soldiers who are unsure of their assignments should speak to their NCO immediately.
Who sighted me away?
No sudden moves. I see you over there.
Shooting.
Hey, there's someone here. Remember your
Beck. Right, well, I'm going to have to reload because this didn't go very well, but let's get the file out and see what happens. I think he managed to get a shot off before he emptied him head. Oh well. Yeah, I didn't really think that was going to work out very well. Much appreciated. Do appreciate the like. I'm going to try and sneak around the other side and see if I have a bit more luck. I'm going to take a risk and do it a bit quicker because, well, I got this far without being blown up. Now we'll go back to the sneaky. I don't suppose I'm going to get mined here, but I imagine this whole area is mostly abandoned, but I don't know. Going under here is going to be the play. So yeah, I'll try and get around this corner promptly without being seen or brutally murdered by either soldiers or robots. Also, if you stream to 144, Jesus. Sometimes it will do that just because so it doesn't necessarily mean you have to keep it there. The blue phone box that was the TARDIS reference, it was here and it's gone and we just heard the sound. This is where it was. That's why one of the reasons I came over here and we spied it in the distance and it's gone. That is really cool Easter egg. That is brilliantly done. Doesn't mean I've climbed all the way up here just for that though. I'm entirely happy though. That is very, very cool. I'm not getting over there, am I? No. Worth it right there. That's awesome. Yeah, the Easter egg was cool to begin with. It's gotten even cooler now. However, I now need to try and get over to this road and follow it up without being clocked by those guys there or the inevitable robots that I can hear. Something along somewhere. This is where we do some praying. No, big old turret on the front of that. Not getting through there, am I? No. Not unless I could redirect the signal, which I can't do from this side without getting shot. So that's not going to work. Shit. Yeah, I haven't seen any Doctor Who in years, but I'll reserve judgment till I see it. What I understand, Steve, that particular song paid for a shit lot more than just his 250 grand house. And continues to do so. Although, to be honest, I'm not quite sure it was intended to be about something quite so unfortunate. And I know it resonated mostly with women and not men, so... it is what it is. Somehow I need to get past this place and through here, getting brutally murdered. Because going around the other way was worth it, but unsuccessful.
This is a defense announcement. Keep your kit in good order. Clean your weapons daily, whether they've been used or not. Remember, a slovenly soldier is a bad soldier, and a bad soldier is a dead soldier. Stay sharp. Stay alive.
It's a fair point.
Hey, you'll die here. He's trying to make a break for it. Where'd you get to, mate?
I can see the bottom of the ladder there, so
Attention all. Fox
he does
Patrol
come.
has returned
I should be able to see him.
anti-banditry operations with 3 heads. Well done, Fox Patrol.
Nah, shite.
Come here. Oh! Stop! Oh, God, that...
So the good news is he died and I didn't. I really want his stun stick, to be honest. I've already got one. It's probably enough. It's not as much
With the civilian population is
of a success as I was hoping for.
discipline requires respect, not friendship.
You know what I'm going to do? I feel a little bit bad, but I'm going to reload this autosave. I'll have to fight that guy again, but hopefully it'll go a little bit better. And hopefully I can not use the wrong med then.
Fox Patrol has returned from anti-banditry
There's his feet.
operations with 3 heads. Well done, Fox Patrol.
Oh, on the other hand, maybe he hasn't spotted me this time.
Come here. I'll break. Give me a best shot. Oh!
I'll have everything else he's got before I go and hide. Well, I thought I'd even got away better than that there, but we'll take it. Maybe I should have fallen back here and fought him in the long grass. Now this is actually worth using.
For beer. Soldiers who are unsure of their assignments should speak to their NCO immediately.
Can't go through there, that's unfortunate. Can get through here though. Civilian problem. One of the greatest challenges we face during our time policing the quarantine zone is maintaining civilian morale and discipline. In the early years of the crisis, it was relatively straightforward as we represented the military and the government. This granted us a measure of authority that has diminished since then. Police actions around the globe have taught us that steel fist in a velvet glove is often the best approach in these circumstances. We must bear in mind that we are dealing with British citizens here. As such, we would like to make following proposals, which we haven't got.
You'll die here.
Yeah, feck. You should tell any of this guy is.
Help me! I'm
Ah, shit. feck. I'm sure I put one in that guy's head, but I think it just went past his ear. That's unfortunate. Like a dirty weapon, like a dirty mind. Well, he doesn't. Much in trouble the other gets you out of it.
Fox Patrol has returned from anti-banditry operations with 3 heads. Well done, Fox Patrol.
Oof. Lost that guy without being caught this time. I don't know what this glass house is, but it seems like a place you don't want to end up. Ooh. Well, I wasn't going to say that, I suppose, but the thought did cross my mind. Go in easy, right? Well, the good news is we're making progress little by little. The bad news is there's a bloody turret there. Kidding me? Oof. Not so much save scum time as get brutally murdered and have to reload. Not quite the same thing. Not that I haven't done that. Oh shit. Go, 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 go. Got him. Definitely don't need protocol dudes right outside the entrance to the interchange. He didn't keep his weapon clean. Here's the thing. If they hear me walking around, they're going to know I'm not one of them, which doesn't make a lot of sense. So there's the map of the interchange. Skidmore, patrol... Oh, that's helpful. Can't get in from past there. There's a guy who does a loop around, and I've got him. The other guy patrols the far side. That's helpful, because I've got this guy, because he came in here. This guy goes straight around that way. So that's cool. There's a guy who should just patrol this way, who I have yet to get. So we're going to find out in a minute, aren't we? I had several questions. Yes, got him. Oh. Right. Well, that's those lads dealt with. Let's get the more entrance log. 12th March, entry gate discovered, attempted standard unlock procedures, ineffective. 18th March, attempted force entry with heavy tools, ineffective. 21st March, robot sentry units, attempted brute force entry, ineffective. 7th of April, controlled demolition charges used to attempt breach, ineffective. 12th of May, entry area reassigned as sealed storage. Basically, they can't get in, they don't think anybody's coming out, so they're going to use it as a storeroom instead. That's what it is. So there's tunnel, there's a ladder down there. How they poke around in here? Somebody's using this as an office space. Training stimulants. That means I've got 4 at the moment, so that's not bad. That's a map of Slatendale. So there's the interchange entrance. Molly's camp's up this way. Druid's marked up here. Interesting. Ow! 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 My arm. That's Custerfell Woods, I think. Is it? No. That's Gethermore, because that's Nora's barn and farm. This is the interchange entrance, it's not really marked. Yeah, and that's where the protocol camp is. Random pain in my arm there. Ooh. Left forearm, not ideal. Just a big old Jenny here. Okay, and then there's this way. Kids trying to sunbathe and opening the windows to do it. Yeah. Sounds about right. Pinch nerve, yeah, it could be. Something like that, I suspect. That's obviously where I was coming down. I think. Do want to check. It's not really been a problem before. Ah, I see, it's a double ladder deal. That's okay. You know, lift there. Might be one further up, I guess, but there's no cables, which makes me think weird. Sealed in some ways, or never actually put into use, maybe. O'Brien Central Processor Bravo Robotics Detention Quarter. That's new. One concern I have with opening this is it then opens the door to protocol getting in, because they might be coming in through this door after that. Getting old, yeah. Mostly the problem is that I can't close it behind me, and it's going to make a hell of a racket when I do.
Access denied. Unauthorized. Access
Yeah.
granted. The interchange.
Skidmore entrance dealt with. And despite all their effort, they could not get through it. So I'm up here, and that's going to connect me to Bravo and presumably their detention area, and that's the robotics area. Interesting to explore. How are we doing for time? Interestingly, they seem to be way more resistant to damage when they're not standing up. When they're in their sort of hibernated state. Robotics. And the detention quarter. No power. What's this? There's got to be a sign somewhere, isn't there? Towards the data store, I suppose. Yeah. There isn't a sign, which is a bit weird. The robotics area does have active robots and turrets in it, though, so I need to be aware of that. Data store Bravo. We're in. I said this the other day instantly, but I'm going to say it again because it bears repeating. If you haven't checked out, if you're liking this game rather, or anything else Rebellion does, and you haven't checked out their merch store on their website, have a look. It's bloody good. Still Bravo playing up again. Think guzzles energy like a hungry animal. Cables can't cope. Third battery is fried in as many months. Need more spares, but all the batteries go to go. Arrow's robots now. Frankly, it's ridiculous. It did cross my mind to find the nearest robot and yank the battery out of its back myself. I would if I wasn't mildly terrified of other things. So this is probably one I don't want to put a battery in until I have to, although I suspect that won't actually be an issue for me. This Alpha is full of infection particles. I'm not going to activate this one yet. Could I make any more noise? Yeah, exactly. Like, I know I'm underground and down inside the bunker, but still. Interesting. There's no way Protocol wouldn't have heard that. Come to investigate. So it looks like there should be a storeroom key somewhere. Somebody's corpse. Or just somewhere in general. I will have to activate each of the data stores at some point, which we know we have to do, but it looks like there's more to it than meets the eye. I don't want to do it just yet, and I want to do it as and when I feel it's the right time, rather than just because. so that I don't sort of lose track of what's going on. However, I am left with the concern of whether or not I can progress beyond this point to the rest of the facility. Slander, window, cast file, other data stores, central processor, Oberon, all this way. It should connect me to the central processor, yes. And this that I can't open gets me back to robotics. I'd have to go back around, that's fine. Cool. Surprise! The only really bad thing now is I have just handed Protocol access to the whole of the interchange, which I'm not very happy about because I've opened all the doors. It is quite cool, the interchange, and whatever's down there appears to be some kind of train-based system. This is the way to Oberon. There's some kind of cable car, I'm guessing. I don't know what's down there, but it looks infectious. Yeah. The further I get through this game, the more apprehensive I feel about what's going on ahead of me. So I can redirect power, apparently. Yeah, I see, because I powered up... Ooh! I powered up one data store, it illuminated this thing, and then I was able to use the signal redirector, make this previously hidden console emerge. I'm guessing I will need to have switched on in order to connect to central processor. I turned on Delta previously, didn't I? And Delta is the one that is now fully activated. I see. So everything's turned on here. I need power into the battery spots in the data stores, and I need a signal redirector to connect them to the central processor. Ah, we're learning things. I'm entirely convinced of things I want to learn. Unfortunately, old Joycey is still hanging in here, and I don't trust her neither. But she's in here. God, this place is going to be getting batshit crazy busy before long. Interchange. Bravo is offline, but Charlie is no. Delta is online, and it's not listed there because it's already done. Right. So, back to robotics next. And I want to get in there and do a couple of things, really. Having some signal issues over there. It's frustrating feeling. Okay, cool. There's a keycard I don't have, and will presumably therefore have to get at some point. Robot down below. Need to figure out how to turn the power off to this thing without getting brutally murdered by it. Didn't technically detect me, just got very close. Another question is, I suppose I can get in here from this way. No.
Reminder for robotics personnel. Safety is everyone's concern.
That's new.
Never assume it's somebody else's problem. It is always yours.
I didn't get played before, but I turned stuff on last time I was in here, so maybe that was it. Really wasn't the time to quick save, but anyway. First thing to do is carefully turn that turret off, and then I can deal with the robot afterwards. Maybe. But yeah, I've got the means to do that. So I can't get at that to turn it off from here, apparently.
Reminder for robotics personnel. All fire drills are temporarily suspended while flamethrower tests are conducted. Hear the alarm. Act immediately.
That did not go well. Bullseyed him. Got him. Woo. That was that got exciting for a minute there. Looked interesting anyway. Woof. Wonder what I redirected the power to as soon as I turned that off. I mean, I could easily get over the top of that. Cost me a couple of grenades, but again, also barred from the other side. How do I get in there then? So I need to be in there, but apparently the only way is through robotics, but also, apparently, I can't go through there. Thank you, thank you, thank you. Make sure I've got that bot fight saved. I don't know that I'll necessarily want it. Apparently something around here can be redirected. So yeah, I need to get into there. Again, I can't seem to get in. Yeah, there's a train, all right. Goes out in the general direction of... Ooh, and it's all destroyed and stuff. Oh, damn, this creeps the shit out of me. I suspect we're going to have to come in from Alpha, because it's all entirely fucked up in there. Then again, that looks like it's all sealed off as well, so whatever the way in is, it doesn't look like it's going to be through there, unless maybe it is.
Avoid physical contact with the robots. They are machines and have no understanding of the fragility of humans.
Well, that's what you want to hear in the workplace, right? So I still have no idea what it was telling me it could buzz, but it was picking it up top, but not down here. There must be another way in, I guess. Somewhere down here, perhaps, via robotics. That's the way we'll need to go in a minute. Now that I'm no longer under threat of being machine gunned. Underground rivers and things down here. This is back of data store Bravo. We haven't powered yet, so that's fine. Same thing, yeah.
Look at the state of that.
Maybe Smith is right. Perhaps we should just build a huge still and drink ourselves to death. At least I'd die happy.
I knew this was going to happen. I knew if I opened that door, Protocol were going to get in, and that means I'm probably going to have to keep shooting the buggers. Maybe opening that entrance was a mistake. Because
Robotics personnel. Mining operations remain on hiatus until the investigation is completed. If you require access to the workings...
It wasn't a mistake. I didn't have a choice because I can't get to that data store if I don't. I'm pretty fucking sure I have to turn on that data... Well, I do have to turn on that data store to power the interchange. So no, I had to do that. I'm not happy about it, but I had no choice. Maybe I should have left the robot on. Yeah, not being able to close those doors behind me does kind of suck. Give me 1 second, folks. Just need to reply to this message here. I have some tunes while I get my brain into gear. Yeah. So I just got a message off my mate and needed to get a reply back on that one. Alright, so what's happening with robotics? I want to refresh my memory. I think we need to get down to a lower level, don't we? Yeah. Overwrite, whatever the heck that is, which is X-ray crystallography examination of born fruit, but scatter seems random, which is impossible. Processes here that we do not currently understand, yet must if we are to have any hope of synthesizing Uberite when the supply is expended. Its physical properties are astonishing, miraculous even. Neither the so-called atomic batteries nor the manufactured brains would have been possible without the stuff. Power the robots, maybe. Cannot admit the possibility that this is all we shall ever have. Must be a way. Okay, so it comes from whatever sort Oberon is. Lab sealed using signal redirector. Found an old recording in the control room of robotics. It was left by scientists who had sealed the rest of the lab when quarantine was enacted. Said signal redirected devices needed to gain access to the rest of the place. Okay. Yeah, I've already been through here once, haven't we? So, some time ago, but we have. My health has looked better. I seem to recall there's a commissary of some kind down here. There was a big old robot that we had to fight in here as well, because yeah, it was in the security space, and it's not here anymore. They're doing the horror film thing again, where the bodies disappear. Fucking rat. Means I need to try and figure out where the fuck they're coming from. It's not happening really right now. They came out of here, which does make some sense to be fair. It is a kitchen. An abandoned one at that, but I don't see any source of the nest. Any sign of where the nest might be. Bunch of them came from this way as well, but Got it. Anyway. Yeah, I think they just are here. I think this is the case. There is no nest. Missing something, which I could be doing, I suppose, but... Swish the bloody things. There's nothing down there, is there? It's definitely where it came from. Again, the other lot came from somewhere in here, but there's no sign of a nest over here either. Oh dear, Grey. Now, apparently there's redirections could occur in here. Any sign of what we could redirect there? Well, either we'll figure it out or we won't. Atomic batteries powering blooming everything. Oh, hello, it's a wall. Something downstairs, maybe? Yeah, in there, I think. Right, before I do this... No, it doesn't seem to be a drawback to doing this. So not sure why I want to, but... Interesting. No power over here, goes in there. Well, at the very least, I want to turn the power off back there again so that I can then redirect it so it's not screwing the floor over. We did that one before and it dropped a body down that had stuff on it, didn't it? So a little worried that might do something untoward to me for a minute. Ooh, load of rads, no good down there, I don't think. I think we explored that last time and it turned out to be not a good thing. Definitely not worth exploring further. Interesting. Okay. I can maybe proceed with this. Only redirect active power, so we've learnt a thing there.
Power restored to Administration Wing. Robotics upper level power at 100%.
Definitely time to do a little praying. I need to get some power over that way, don't I? Okay. Yeah, definitely hopping over it. No, I don't know that's necessarily the best thing ever, but this should now mean. Oh shit, son. Gotcha. Yeah, well, the turret was bad enough. I was a little concerned an entire army of robots might come out, but it did not, so that's fully explored, I believe. Yeah. This is good. An army of Daleks, yeah. I'm fucking Daleks on it. We already had one Doctor Who Easter egg though. I don't foresee there being any more. How are we doing for time? Oh, it's 11 o'clock as well. Not crazy. How does one summon the lift, I wonder? Let me guess, I can't. That's my hunch, that I can't summon the lift. And I'll have to drop down. It can only be done from whichever end the lift's at. Fuck off. Maybe I shouldn't have taken the battery from there. And robots might talk. Be a scary fucking thought. So that sounds like it wants to talk to me, but it perhaps can't because there's no battery in it. Maybe they had a major pest problem, Gray. That would explain their obsession. Take the plunge. Well, I probably will have to, but not today. Not today. Intriguing. So I think taking the plunge is the only option. Admin and research. Showroom. Admin. Really doesn't look like it. Well, I mean, in some ways it looks like an admin space, some ways it doesn't. Everything else must be research. Yeah. So there's more admin, isn't it? Weird place for a chair to be. I think there's a decent picture to be had there. It might be here, though. Nah, not what I'm looking for. Oh, yeah. I think what I would need to do is... Well, there's one possibility, I think, Emily. I don't think I need to reload a save. I need to take a little jog. Just remember that I can actually grab an atomic battery out of here. He says. I'm going to try it and find out. See whether or not we get the battery back in it. That's for reloading. We're talking weeks ago. So I don't think that's going to be an option. That didn't work. No, doesn't look like that's a viable option. I might see if there's a viable option on my catch-up playthrough. Otherwise... Yeah. That's really weird. So when I'm facing forward, the crane buttons, Q and E, move me up and down. But when I'm facing directly down, they move me backwards and forwards, and forward and backwards moves me up and down, which is very, very confusing. Trying to be sneaky in Metro and ended up encountering a shotgun. Yeah, that's definitely a mission failed there. Yeah, unfortunately it looks like if I ever could communicate with that thing, a particular ship may have sailed. Other than the fact that I want to get into another area, I really don't know why I'm trying to go this way. Other than it's a place I can't get into. It's locked up. Excuse me. So there is no particular reason given for why I'd want to go here, other than I also want to get to a lower area of this area, sort of down here, and the only way seems to be by going through here. There's also this, which I can't access at the moment, which is the lockup. And I'll have to figure out where that goes. So I've got 4 skills at the moment. What would I like to use? Endurance training. 3 gen better. Thick skin requires more. I can do kill momentum, I don't want it. There's a couple of bow skills I could have, don't want those. Weapon throw training. Travel faster and do more damage. Tempting. Not too bothered about anything else, really. I mean, endurance training is always appealing. Still a few things that I wouldn't mind picking up in terms of skills, but I can't get any of them right now, so... Well, for one evening, it's about that time. Whew. That was intriguing. We got the signal redirector out of the bunker. I wonder whether or not... Like, one of the other options is to try and get into the protocol prison and speak to Dr. Garrow, which we've heard a number of different possibilities of doing, or a number of different hints to go and talk to her, but nothing really pushing me into it, because the only reason I've got to go and find her is the signal redirector, which I now have. The other thing is, actually there is one other thing thinking about it. Yeah, there's the data store in the dam in Casterfell Woods, where we fought our first robot way back when. That place we can't power up because we can't get access to the power room for it, whatever that might be. And the reason we can't get access to it is because we need Dr. Garrow's authorization. So, and a signal redirector as well. So we could go back there. We don't have a signal reader. We don't have her authorization yet, so there's no point. I'm guessing we'll get deeper into the interchange and find out I need to go and meet her anyway. But yeah, we'll have to see how this goes. So yeah, that will be Monday, because Tuesday is launch date for the DLC. The what's it called? Something Isle. Got the bloody name of it now. What is the DLC called? Let me look that up. Wicked Isle. There we go. Wicked Isle. I think they're calling it, is it Somerset Isle? It's got a big, strong Wicker Man significance to it, or reference to it. Yeah, so that's going to be interesting. And I'm pretty damn sure that you can actually see that island from Casterfell Woods if you look, because there's a couple of islands in the lake that you can see. One of them has the ruins of some kind of church on it. Abbey, I think it is. And it's mentioned in the pre-launch promotional stuff that there's a ruined abbey there. So, yeah, I'm pretty sure it's the one you can see. Especially as you get there by rowing boat, I think, from Wyndham Village as well. It stands to reason it's not that far away, doesn't it? Yeah, that's cool. So Monday we'll press on and head on deeper into robotics and the interchange and see what happens from there. Because I guess we'll get deeper in, then probably hit the brick wall, have to go find Garrow, and then come back and get further into the interchange and start finding out really big details of what's going on and get towards Oberon. That's my guess as to where this is going to go. So, over the weekend, I need to work on a new camp build for Monday, and I need to pursue catching up with where we currently are on my other playthrough. So, that's my two big priorities for the weekend. I'd also like to play, hopefully tomorrow night, Tainted Grail. As we were really enjoying that. Well, I was really enjoying it. I think you guys were as well. It's really, really cool, and I haven't had time to play it in a few days. So, yeah, hopefully we'll do that tomorrow. Hopefully. I'm not going to commit hard and fast to it right now because, yeah, we'll just see how I'm doing. But I should be able to make a good bit of progress on Sunday with Atomfall if I have the whole day for it. So, and then if needs be, I can do a little bit more on Monday night, can't I? After the stream, but I prefer to get it done and be on that save, he says, on Monday, but we'll see how we do. That's my challenge for the weekend, because I also have to do this whole build and have it ready to go and be uploaded on Monday. So, yeah, I've got lots to press on with that. It's going to be challenging. Busy, busy, busy. You're going mage, Grey. Nice. It's something to get your damage up to a decent level. Yeah, well, that's what we're doing, is pursuing a mage run, so I'm looking forward to that. My other character that I'm playing on my own time is a two-hander, so that's been quite fun. He's got a pretty large axe that he's swinging around at the moment. I did want to get the claymores, but it just wasn't anywhere near up to the damage output and quality of the axe I had. I've got a really cool hammer that I've found, but I can't use it yet, so we'll see how that goes. Maybe we use it. Yeah, I'll have to see. Anyway, Atomfall next week and Fallout video on Monday. Speaking of Fallout videos, though, if you want a recap on the AMA Q&A session that a couple of the devs did yesterday on Fallout 76 about the upcoming fishing update, I did a recap video on that today that went up just before the stream started. So if I was smart, I could... Yeah, let's drop the link in chat for you so you can find it more easily. I should have pinned it earlier, but I was running around like a proverbial fly. So there we go. That's the video. So yeah, if you want to go over the little Q&A, there's some interesting little tidbits in there, so definitely some useful information. Yeah, definitely cool stuff. I'm looking forward to going onward. Picked up a short sword and don't have the strength to use it, so you're stuck with a broadsword as you melee. Yeah, that is a bit of a weird balance there for sure, Gray. I've noticed a few things like that where a weapon that I should be able to use I didn't have strength for or something. I didn't have the stats for, and whereas a different one that logically would require much less stats, or much more stats, didn't. Bows have a similar thing going on to that. Where I found a huge, great bow that is massive and ridiculous and does pretty decent damage, and I can use it with basically no points into dexterity, or no perks, and so effectively no practice and training. But I go for a small hunting bow or whatever, or a short bow that has some nice quality to it, but is ultimately less effective, and I can't use it because I don't have the skill. They definitely didn't quite get that right. But the devs, which their name now escapes me, I did mention it in my video the other day, but all they've done in the past, they're a very small team, and they've done like deck builders and stuff in the past. Doing something like this is a humongous pivot, jump, and shift for them. It's massive. They've upscaled their workforce a lot for it as well, from what I understand, like doubled its size, but double not very much is still not big. It's still a smaller team than made like Fallout 3 and Skyrim and stuff. I gather there were around about 100 of them working on that. Yeah, exactly. It's a funny little thing, I think, Gray, but it's not a major problem. It doesn't actually ruin my fun or anything. Yeah. If all things being equal and I can squeeze the time in, I will do my damnedest to get in and play some of that tomorrow. Hope. Anyway, thank you for hanging out. Hope you had fun. I really enjoyed that today. We made a good bit of progress. I was really terrified things were going to go wrong, and that whole incident in the field station bunker that was supposed to be sneaky ended up being bottleneck them and cap them all in the head. Went surprisingly well. Sneaking through their base in general didn't go as badly as I thought it might. But it didn't go as well as I hoped either. But going along the river was clearly the way to do it. It was far easier to sneak along that once I'd hopped over that one little landmine that blew up everything apart from my eyebrows, apparently. But I was just left with a pair of highly expressive eyebrows and no limbs or body attached to it, apparently. But judging by the amount of like 1 HP that I had left after I stepped on that landmine. Anyway, I think if I hadn't had the boosted health, you know, the increased max health thing, I wouldn't have survived it, would I? I'd have been dead. Which I assume is deliberate. But yeah, still very, very cool. Anyway, folks, you guys know the buttons if you haven't already. Like, subs, notification bell, all that good stuff. Social media links in description if you want updates on stream, what I'm doing. I also posted a couple of articles, one about Atomfall and one about The Witcher 3, which is apparently getting mod support on consoles in an update arriving soon. So, yeah, that sort of thing occasionally appears on my socials. And also, yeah, Instagram's obviously got a load of pictures from games and stuff that are pretty and shit. So if you want to have a look at that sort of thing, head over and hit up Instagram. So yeah, those are options. And for those who haven't and are interested in supporting the channel further, channel memberships are available as well, if you would care to. I do appreciate, but obviously highly optional. And yeah, playlists, check all that stuff out if you want other things to watch, or more of Atomfall. And yeah, we'll be back at hopefully Tainted Grail tomorrow, and failing that, at the very least, Atomfall on Monday. 7.2 is into production. Pre-production, technically, is the term. Full pre-production, which presumably means... fuck knows what, actually. A heck of a lot of concept art and planning and story writing and things like that, but not actually making of the software, I suppose. Everything prior to the software production part, development part. But yeah, it's a pre-production phase. I did read about this, which is all well and good, but Witcher 4 will happen before that and stuff. Mind you, they've got more sub-studios that are working on different projects, so there's kind of overlap, isn't there, these days? So I don't quite know how things work over at the CDPR compared to the structure of Bethesda that I'm more familiar with. Not that I know everything there is to know about it or anything, but I'm a bit more immersed in that. Anyway, I've got a message to reply to, and a drink I need to go and get. So, yeah, it is 11:30. Definitely time to chill. So, have yourselves a good rest of your evening. Have a good weekend. Come join us, hopefully, for some streams tomorrow, and we'll do some medieval chaos. It should be good fun. And, yeah, back to Atomfall on Monday. And also Fallout, because there's a lot of Fallout happening next week. So, next week's going to be busy and all. Just what you need after a not restful weekend. Weekend after, hopefully, I'll be able to chill. Anyway, until then, look after yourselves, stay safe. I'll see you tomorrow, probably. Night, folks. Check that video out that I linked on stuff. Yeah, more information about fishing. Should be good. Night. Where's the button? I've lost the button. I lost my marbles. Oh dear.